Hey, this is DR.OPACHICH here again with another video on how to get and stay healthy. This time what we're going to talk about is detoxification. Now a lot of people hear about that, but they don't really know exactly what that is. First of all, what it is not is a colon cleanse. Most people, when I tell them you need a detox, they think, well, I just did a colon cleanse. That's not what we're talking about here. A colon cleanse is nice. It can clean out a lot of sludge in your gut, and that's a very healthy thing to do. But it will not pull chemicals and metals out of the body, because that's what a true detox is. Detoxification is like it sounds. We're going into the body down to the cellular level, and we're pulling out chemicals and metals, heavy metals that are lodged in cells throughout the body. We have to bind those and pull them out. Now, you might be thinking, where do these toxins come from? These toxins are everywhere. We live in a chemical soup now, from plastics to styrofoam, but one of the biggest sources is our own food and water. From processed foods, there's just, if you look at a package, you'll see a list of a lot of chemicals in them. Our water supply, if you drink tap water, it's got a lot of chemicals in it. So that's a big problem here. So every day, from the air we breathe, the water, the food, we're bringing in chemicals and heavy metals into our body every day that are accumulating day by day. Now, this is a reason why we need to do a detoxification on a regular basis, once or twice a year, depending on how aggressive you want to be with it and what conditions you might have already because of it. Now you might be asking, well, okay, I've got these chemicals in my body, but why do I need to pull them out? The reason is that that's where cancer comes from. It's where Alzheimer's comes from, Parkinson's disease, heart disease. There's a lot of things that are hooked to this. These chemicals and metals do damage to the body down to a cellular level, and they cause problems in the organ or the gland that they're in, and they cause mutations, which is where the cancer comes from. So this is something that's really important to do. It's something I personally do because I don't want cancer, and so therefore at least once a year I do a chemical metal detox. The next problem is chemicals and metals are stuck in your body and they don't come out by themselves. You have to do a true detoxification to get them out, and this is where you have to use a type of product that can actually bind the chemical metal, pull it out of the body, out of the cells, into your gut, and then it has to bind it into the gut so it'll go down into the commode. Otherwise it could be reabsorbed and it's back into the body again. The specifics on this is not a quick process. This is something that takes 3 months to do, and you have to know what you're doing to do this. It's a 3-month process. The first month is where you're going to clear out the liver, the kidneys, the gallbladder, the gut, because this is the dumping grounds. This is where all these things are going to go and then put into the gut so it can be bound and pulled into the commode. If those areas are plugged up and congested, it's not going to work. They're going to try to get there, but they're going to go back in. So phase 1 month, is clearing the lower pathways, is what we call it, liver, kidneys, gut, clean it out. The second month is where we take the chemicals and metals in the body part, neck down, bind those and pull them out of there into the lower pathway so they can get into the commode. The third month is where we get into the brain. This is a very specific area where we have to use certain products to cross the blood-brain barrier to get into the brain, bind those chemicals and metals, pull them to the body, and then down into the lower pathways. This is where you got to be careful. Only a trained physician, someone that knows what they're doing, should be taking you this far, because if you don't do this properly, in this proper order, and doing it right, you're going to end up mixing these chemicals and metals up, and they're going to go to places they weren't before, higher accumulations where they weren't before, and now you've got a new set of symptoms and problems. So it needs to be done properly. I've traveled all over the country, studied a lot to be able to do this under some really good experts. I didn't want to touch this until I knew I was trusting the people that I studied under to do this right. And so I've been trained on it. I can help you with it if you want. Now, if you would like to do a detox and you're interested in it, a good first step is to take a quiz that I have. There's an assessment on my website. You can see a link below me right there. Go to my website, click on that link, and you will see an assessment. Take the test and see how you score. Now, if you score low, it doesn't mean you don't need a detox. It just means you don't have symptoms from it. Like I said, we live in a chemical soup. We all have chemicals and metals. We need to do it every year, even if you don't have symptoms. I don't have symptoms, but I do it every year because I don't want cancer. I don't want heart disease. So yes, you should still do it. But if you score high on there, it certainly can tell you that you've got some problems here and you better do something soon, because something bad could be coming next down the road. It might be cancer next. It could be something else. So take the quiz, see how you score. If you'd like some help with it, you can call us at the number that's on the website, and we'd be glad to help you. So until next time, You have a blessed day.